Hello YouTube! Today we are going to animate this train. Let's go! First of all, we are going to parent the second part of the train to the first part so it can follow the first part. So we are going to take this peak whip and bring it here. The next thing we are going to do is changing the trees layer order, because we are going to show, for example, this tree over the bridge, and maybe this one is a good one to bring over the bridge. The next thing we are going to do is changing the anchor point position of all the trees. We are going to do that because, for example, when we rotate the tree, the anchor point is where the rotation happens. So by using the pan behind tool, which is here, or shortcut Y, we can bring the anchor point down here. So as you can see, the rotation happens from the downside of the tree. Now we are going to animate the rotation of the trees.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Now we can preview our animation to see how it looks. Not so bad. Let's continue. The next step for making our scene more interesting is making a 3D scene. By doing so, we are going to right click here and make a new camera and naming it camera 1. Press OK. But our camera works when all of our layers, or maybe some of them that we are going to show in 3D space, to be 3D layers. In order to do that, we are going to press Ctrl A to select all of our layers and pressing this button here. Now all of our layers, as you can see here, are 3D layers. Our next move would be animating the camera movement. To do so, we are going to press camera, press P on our keyboard, and press this stopwatch here. And we are going to 1.5 seconds forward in time and zoom in. And we are going to make a loop, so we are going to Ctrl C, Ctrl V to copy the first keyframe. And now our scene would be look like this, which is not bad at all. In order to make it more interesting, we are going to animate the position of this tree. Let me bring it here. We are going to first frame, stopwatch, and 1.5 seconds forward, and animating the Z parameter of it. And there we go. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. There we go. We can do the same for this tree as well, but the amount would be a little bit less than the other tree. And we are going to copy the first keyframe. And there we go. We can press F9 to make it smoother. So our animation is going to look like this. We can do one more thing to make it more interesting. Let's go here to Effects and search for Gaussian layer and add it to these two trees. So we added the blur effect to our trees and we are going to animate it. We are going to the effects control panel and press the stopwatch on blurriness, and we are going to go here and press U. We are going to 1.5 seconds forward, and we are going to add our blurriness. I think it's going to be alright here. There we go. And we are going to copy and paste this keyframe to make a loop out of it. We are going to do the same for the other three. We press the stopwatch on blurriness, and as you can see, the time indicator is not in the first frame. We are going to press U here and bring back the keyframe, and we are going to 1.5 seconds and add the blurriness, and we are going to copy the first keyframe and paste it to the last keyframe. The other thing that we can do is to make the scene snowy. To do so, we are going to make a new solid, whatever color it is, and we are going to name it snow. Press OK, and we are going to our effects and presets, and we are going to search for particle system 2. Particle systems 2. We are going to bring it here, and we are going to our particle effect to make our particle to become more like snow. Select the faded sphere, make them white as snow, and the next step is going to change the physics. The gravity should be less than 1. We are going to make them resistant to gravity to make them float a little bit in the sky, like this. Bring the producer up here. Let's reduce this a little bit. Maybe 2 is going to work out for us. Maybe a little bit more. 2.5 maybe would be good for us. Yeah, it's not so bad. Make the particles last a little bit more, and there we go. We got a beautiful snowy scene.